Welcome back, everybody. I'm back today in the studio to bring you your updates on the EIDL, the grants, and the loans. September has not been a good month so far. We got a lot of big cliffs coming up. And man, the director of the Alabama office tells viewers seeking the funds in recon to simply go call customer service. I got updates around that. And I want to talk about Joe Manchin hitting the brakes on spending $3.5 trillion. We got some silver linings here to talk about. But he still wants to steal $32 billion away from the EIDL program. We got all that and more here. Guys, before we get into it, remember to like and subscribe to the channel so you get your updates daily here. So let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm back with that lineup on the EIDL, the grants and the loans. EIDL is getting robbed still, $32 billion. We're going to talk about what Joe Manchin is doing right now to hit the brakes on $3.5 trillion, but to still rob $32 billion from the EIDL program. We're also going to get into some updates around the economy and what's happening with the EIDL program, what district offices are telling viewers. Oh man, it's very upsetting, but we're going to get into it so you guys could get yourselves help and get yourselves funded for the 24 months of working capital. Guys, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Edward Bilder. I'm a financial educator. I teach you secrets on how you can build piles of money over here while you're sleeping. Basically, you go to bed and you wake up and there's like thousands of extra dollars sitting in your bank account. If you want to learn one of my secrets on how to do this, rush up to the description and grab my crash course on AirBNB. It's on a mega sale right now. And if you'd like to learn how you could join me, find me on Instagram and ask how you could join my Zoom calls and learn how you could partner with me and my current BNBs. Okay, guys, let's get into the EIDL updates. And let's talk about something that's pretty dark right now. Ratings are dropping for the EIDL. Everybody out there searching on YouTube, everybody out there Google searching, because people are getting extremely discouraged, okay? To keep morale up, I ask that you all leave a comment in the comments. Simply, if you tune in and have tuned in for the past year and got yourselves funded, got yourselves the grant, got yourselves the loan, drop a comment down below so that others can be helped and learn what you might have done so that they could find a path here forward to get themselves funded as well, all right? People are stuck still in ACH transfers. People are stuck in the reevaluation process for the grants. People are stuck in recon. People have been stuck and submitted for the 24 months of working capital for as far back as April, all right? And they want to hear from you and know that it is possible to still get themselves funded. So if you are still tuning into the channel, drop us a comment, help out others on the channel here. It's very unfortunate that viewers right now are having to reach out to Congress, their favorite congressmen and women, just to get themselves approved for ACH transfers, reconsideration, or the 24 months of working capital. It's quite sickening to know that they're following the processes that the SBA is announcing to them. They're even calling their district offices, asking for the help with the reconsideration process. And man, I had a comment here on the channel yesterday that the Alabama director of the district office told a viewer, go call customer service. Extremely discouraging of what's happening out there. Now, other states are not acting in the same manner. Other states are actually putting you through an escalation process and following the words of Isabel Guzman, where she says in the Q&A section and on PR reports, call your local district office if you're stuck in reconsideration. You hear that, Alabama? Your boss said, we are to call you and you are to help us get through the reconsideration process. Pretty simple. Get on the ball, Alabama. So just to remind everybody, we have 4 months remaining to get this process completed, okay? This process ends December 31st of 2021 here. To get yourselves into the queue for the EIDL loans, to get yourselves into the queue for the EIDL grants, you're going to want to get this process done and expedite it and start today if you have not done so already. And keep reminding, if you're stuck in the process, keep reaching out to your senators, keep reaching out to the district office. Don't let up the gas and let them get lazy on us, all right? We want to make sure that we get our 24 months of working capital and our grants as it is spelled out in the law. That's it. If you qualify, send us the funds, period. Now, I want to shift over to what Joe Manchin is currently doing to hit the brakes on the $3.5 trillion package. That's the human infrastructure package that's going to bring big social changes to the biggest social change in like the last 30 or 40 years. It's massive what's actually happening inside this bill. Joe Manchin did hit the brakes. Now, he is a major swing vote, okay? This is a bit two-sided what Joe Manchin is doing, okay? He publicly announced his rationale behind this, that he wants to truly discover if we are actually in this transitory inflation. It's like transitional inflation where the Fed believes it's just going to go away after so much time, and it's just this carryover until the economy bounces back, until jobs become available, until the small businesses start booming again. Transitory inflation will subside, all right? Because supply chain will improve. So much is going to improve when people go back to work, and that's what they're calling transitory inflation. However, the signs right now are pointing to the opposite of this, right? Rent is going up, the cost of houses is going up, and that inflation is still on the rise. Even if it's transitory, it may only come back down a little bit, all right? It might go up, come back down a little bit, but maybe still stay slightly above where it was prior to the pandemic. So Joe Manchin, being the swing vote, is not in favor of passing the $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill for the human infrastructure. He announced a few things like, hey, we're actually going to try and back into these numbers. We're going to say and announce, let's spend $3.5 trillion and then reverse engineer this whole thing to figure out where we're going to spend the money, right? There's no clear plan, and this thing has yet to even be wrote to even understand what the clear plan is, right? They are basically going to allow lobbyists to make suggestions and recommendations. Here, slip this in there, avoid this regulation for me. And, and before you know it, this bill turns into a bill that's tailored for the lobbyists and not tailored for what the people need right now in terms of inflation, in terms of supply chain, in terms of all the crises that we're facing right now, eviction crises. And that's what Joe Manchin is basically publicly announcing, okay? The two-sided part here is that it was leaked out a little bit, that there are some lobbyists from West Virginia that are in his pocket, right? That info has been leaked, that they asked Joe Manchin to essentially just pull the brakes back on this because there's certain regulation in there that they don't necessarily want to see passed because it's not in their favor for their particular business. So what does this mean to the EIDL program? Well, Joe Manchin in the same conversation announced that he is not in favor of the $3.5 trillion bill, but he is in favor of the $1.2 trillion bill, which is what he said. This is why we passed the $1.2 trillion road bill, and contained inside that $1.2 trillion road bill is the robbing of $31 to $32 billion from the EIDL program. It's going to rob funds from the grants, it's going to rob funds from the PPP program, and it's going to redirect it towards the road bill, all right? We also know that there's $256 billion in that road bill that is yet to be paid for. We don't know where that money is going to come from. Most likely it'll come from inflation, taxes to everybody else. This is on the rich, this is on the middle income, and this is on the low income, okay? It's going to be taxed across everybody. Or they could potentially reach into the EIDL program and steal more money. Oh man, I don't want to see that happen. I want to see everybody get funded by December. And then let's talk about that bill for next year, all right? After everybody's been funded. Now, the good thing that's happening right now, Congress is out, all right? They're coming back, I think, on the 17th for like 3 days, and then they're disappearing again for yet another big, long vacation. So to see this thing happen in September, not likely, okay? This bill has yet to even be written, 3.2. Now, the 1.2 is still floating out there in the House, but Nancy Pelosi is saying, I'm not going to put that on the floor until the $3.5 trillion goes through, all right? So there's some battle going on back and forth between them. So we may not see this bill pass until October, or even later, maybe even November, or maybe even later. Who knows? We will keep tracking it right here on this channel and bring you guys your updates as soon as we hear. So remember to hit subscribe and turn on that notification so you get your updates each and every day. Now, I've talked to hundreds of small business owners over the past few months, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I mean, the list goes on of what types of businesses they're in. Shout out to Damie Cosmetics. Shout out to all the contractors out there. Shout out to all the Uber, Lyft drivers. I will be posting new content because right now many of you are struggling to diversify, and I'm going to show you some of the methods on how I diversify to earn passive income, okay? It's money that I don't have to trade my time or hours for. It just keeps showing up every day by doing practically nothing. I have things set on autopilot, and it just delivers me money each and every day, and I'm going to teach you all those tricks right here so you could start changing the way that you see revenue come in, not rely on those service businesses as much, and find yourselves a happier tomorrow. One of my favorite methods of diversifying is using Airbnb. I have a crash course right now found in the description that you could grab. It's on a mega sale. Get into the real estate game with a $50 bill in your hand. Cash flow in 3 business days through Airbnb, earning an extra $5,000 to $10,000 each and every month. And when you want to scale that process up and earn more money, you just repeat the process over and over again, and scale and grows to as large as you wish. That course is on a mega sale right now in the description. Rush up there and grab it while it still lasts. If you'd like to learn how you could partner with me in my current B&B business, find me on Instagram, leave a message, and ask how you could join my Zoom calls Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They fill up quickly, so get on the list now. That's going to do it for today, folks. I wish you all the best, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye for now. Sorry, buddy. I'm taking a stop here to go tour this piece of real estate. Check it out. For sale.